Hello everyone. Today I am going to start chapter chemical equilibrium, and in today's video I am going to talk you about irreversible physical changes, reversible chemical changes, reversible chemical reaction, irreversible chemical reaction, and equilibrium in physical processes. So let's start. Physical change. A physical change is a change to a sample of a matter in which some properties of material change but the identity of matter does not change at all. For example, you have learnt this example: ice cube melts, its shape changes and it start flowing, but the composition does not change. So we can say melting is an example of physical change. Physical change can be classified into reversible physical change and irreversible physical change. Reversible physical change. Like I said earlier, the example, I am taking ice and I am melting it now. But if I am freezing this water again, I will be getting that ice cube again. So I do not have any kind of change when I am turning up water into ice or ice into water. Other changes of states include like vaporization, freezing or condensation also. Dissolving also can be considered as reversible physical change. In reversible physical change, the original form of matter can be restored. Irreversible physical change. Irreversible physical change, let's understand with the help of example. You have taken one wood piece and you are turning up that wood piece into a sawdust. That sawdust, in composition wise, there is no difference in between sawdust and wood, but you cannot reconstitute sawdust into the wood. This is what you call irreversible physical change. Or another example, you would say cutting of grass or pulverizing a rock would be considered as irreversible physical change. We can say here, in irreversible physical change, the original form cannot be restored. Now, chemical reactions. And first category of chemical reaction is irreversible chemical reactions or irreversible reactions. There are reactions which used to proceed in single direction only, and these reactions are the reaction where one of the reactant used to be exhausted. I am telling you, one of the reactant, maybe both of them. If one reactant is participating in a reaction, like you are seeing this equation, potassium chlorate is undergoing decomposition. As soon as potassium chlorate is finished, then the reaction would stop. Irreversible reaction used to proceed in a single direction, and we used to indicated the direction of reaction by this arrow towards the product. Reversible chemical reactions. Reversible chemical reactions are the reaction which used to proceed in both the directions. We can say it proceed in forward direction as well as in backward direction also. The reaction where the reactants are turning up into products will be called as forward reaction, and the reaction in reversible reaction where the products are turning up into reactants is called reverse reaction or backward reaction. These kind of reaction used to be denoted by this double-headed arrow, which is right here on the screen, and the upper part of the arrow is showing us the forward reaction, and the lower part of this double headed arrow showing us the backward reaction. Now let's talk about this activity, reversible reaction. What I have done, I have taken 4 gram of cobalt chloride, 4 gram of cobalt chloride, and I dissolved in 40 ml of water. I got this pink color solution which is containing this complex ion. Now I have added some 60 ml of concentrated HCl into it and heat it for some time. Now the solution will turn up into blue in color or violet in color because of the formation of these complex ions. Now I have taken this violet color solution and I start cooling this solution in the ice cold mixture. Then what happened? The solution is again turning up into the pink color due to the formation of this complex ion back. So this reaction, I would say this reaction is happening in two directions. If I am increasing the temperature after adding HCl into this complex ion solution which was pink in color, the forward reaction was happening, and when the ion COCl4 minus 2 charge, this ion containing its aqueous solution, when it is cooled down, which was violet in color or blue in color, it is giving back the pink color solution. So these are the reactions which used to happen in both the directions. So these are called reversible chemical reactions. I told you reversible chemical reaction proceed in both the directions. From reactant to product, it is considered as forward reaction, and from product to reactant, it is called as reverse or backward reaction. It is shown by double headed arrows, and some example of this reversible reactions are: number 1, hydrogen gas is combining with iodine gas to give you hydrogen iodide gas, and hydrogen iodide simultaneously start decomposing to give you hydrogen and iodine gas. Then if I am diluting this acetic acid solution, I will get acetate ion and hydronium ion, and also in backward reaction I will get back this acetic acid molecule as well as water molecule also. Children, we have heard this reaction when calcium carbonate is heated in open container, it will decompose into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. In open container, carbon dioxide is eliminated and calcium oxide will remain behind. So we can call it this is irreversible reaction, because the carbon dioxide, the part of the reaction, carbon dioxide, which is a byproduct of the reaction, used to eliminate. Whereas when we start doing such reaction like calcium carbonate only in a closed container, then what will happen? Calcium carbonate will decompose to give you calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, but this carbon dioxide does not escape from the closed container. So what will happen? This carbon dioxide will come in a contact of calcium oxide formed in the container and give you back calcium carbonate. So in closed container, this is reversible reaction. Now equilibrium in physical processes. And first type of equilibrium, liquid vapor equilibrium. Now just see what I have taken. I have taken such kind of jar, and the water molecules which are liquid in state start turning up into vapors. When they start turning up into vapors, initially the intensity of formation of water vapors from water molecules is quite high. But after some time, when the intensity is quite high, like you are seeing on the screen, now the vapor will start turning up back into the liquid state of water. So such kind of reversible reactions start happening inside the jar. After some time, we used to observe that the rate of forward reaction, that means the formation of water vapors from water molecules, is equal to the formation of water molecule in liquid state by vapor molecules of water. At this stage, we used to say the concentration of water molecules are equal, and this is the state where the equilibrium is established. At equilibrium, the pressure exerted by the gaseous water molecules at a given temperature remain constant and known as equilibrium vapor pressure of water. Now, what do you call vapor pressure? Children, when the vapors are coming out from water, these vapors start exerting pressure on the surface of water, which is liquid. That pressure is called vapor pressure. And this vapor pressure increases when we increase the temperature of the liquid. And when this vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure, that temperature would be called as boiling point of that liquid. Means in case of water, what will happen at 100 degrees Celsius, the vapor pressure of these vapors will be equal to the atmospheric pressure, that is 1 atmosphere, and 100 degrees Celsius for water will be considered as the boiling point of water. Now, solid liquid equilibrium. For solid liquid equilibrium, consider a mixture of ice and water perfectly in insulated thermos flask. In this mixture, simultaneously ice used to turn up into water and water used to turn up into ice. A kind of equilibrium used to established at constant temperature, and this kind of equilibrium is called as solid liquid equilibrium. Solid vapor equilibrium. Solid vapor equilibrium used to be studied by the compounds or by the molecules which are sublimable. That means they used to absorb heat energy and directly from solid state turn up into gaseous state without coming into the liquid state. Now, we have placed some iodine crystal in a closed vessel and start observing the change. After some time, the vessel gets filled up with violet colored vapor. The intensity of violet color becomes stable after certain time, and we see both solid iodine as well as iodine vapor in the closed vessel. It means solid iodine sublime to give iodine vapor, and iodine vapor also condenses to give back the iodine crystal or iodine solid. The stable intensity of color indicates that a kind of equilibrium is set up in between the solid and vapor iodine. And we can show this reaction in such a way where iodine, which was solid, is subliming to give you iodine gaseous in state, and gaseous iodine is condensing to give you solid iodine back. Such kind of equilibriums are called as solid vapor equilibrium, and they can be studied in camphor, and ammonium chloride kind of substances. So this is it about solid vapor equilibrium.